that terminology, in which we take on the roles of certain characters that don't appear on screen because the overlay's fucked. We are currently venturing through a world looking for all kinds of interesting stuff and finding out about our past, and I play a werewolf. That's as vague as I can make it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Dio is Kethra, and Kethra gives no fucks. But also gives a lot of fucks.
Yes.
Because I don't
Wait,
know.
what?
Only to Jaylin, though.
Well,
Yes.
did you just
No?
assume my class?
Oh, good morning, cats.
Whoa, okay.
Kat, did you just assume our playbooks?
But yes, I played Jaylin the Fighter, who is a hereditary. Like he was born a werewolf. He didn't know about it. It just happened. It's apparently a thing that's in his family line. Ella's playing. You're playing what? Alex? Which Alex are you playing?
I'm playing Alexandra.
You're playing Alexandra.
The mage. The rather. I'd say she's very dumb to the evils in the world.
You have to forgive me sometimes because Elle has both an Alexandra and Alexi.
I'm an Alex.
And an Alex. Yeah.
I like the name.
And she's a mage. Yeah, she's a mage. Dio's playing Kethra, the cleric, the priest, the lady of
Hello.
who follows the god of secrets and stabbing people in the dark. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And Martkos is Mathin, the moss bear given life. Who's our druid?
Yes.
And is too old for this shit and probably should have retired 2 days ago. We're on Hyperion. Hyperion is the 14th server we play on. And then finally, Yumi is playing Lillith, who is a changeling, who is fun. Like literally, she's the definition of fun. So
Yes.
if you guys thought you were having fun, I'm sorry, you have to run it by her.
It's okay, everyone's allowed to have fun.
Laurel is our GM / fan of the players. And I just want to remind Laurel that it doesn't matter what you do today, I have plot armor. Bye!
Jaylin's life has plot armor. Now tell everybody why I said Jaylin had plot armor.
I don't know, and I don't want to spoil, so...
It's because what Dio would do to me if I let Jaylin die. My fear of death.
No.
It is Dio who is your plot armor. So treat her well.
Dio seems to be pretty good at that. I feel like she was the plot armor for Martkos as well.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember, only his body has plot armor, not his limbs.
Limbs and the 6 inches are not protected.
Actually, the 6 inches are. They have to have offspring. It's part of the plot.
Oh, actually.
Also true. Also
that
true,
is
yeah.
so true.
Maybe you can give Jaylin the eye patch then, Laurel.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're talking about this.
So, good morning, everybody. When we last left our intrepid heroes, you guys had made it to Steelforge and gotten a chance to talk to King Noggin and his elves, and his dwarves. Wow, I need more coffee. And Noggin had some interesting things to say to Jaylin about that there had been a theft from the treasure coves, and an weapon had been stolen that had belonged to his grandfather, King Stormheart, who had been responsible for a battle and he had been a champion of a dragon, the Garnet Dragon, All-Girl, the World Shaper, who was in a war at that time against Iago's mother. And Iago's mother had sent out her elves, and King Stormheart forsook Algo in the middle of the battle because he was losing against the elves, and he threw himself into the service of the dark. And one of the players remind me, because it's the name that came up in L's game, of the god, the evil god of the undead, who's fighting Viola.
Amat?
Amat, thank you. And
Wait, I thought that was Jaylin.
No, he's a Mutt, and the dark god is Amat. And he used Amat's corrupted energy to lay waste upon the elves, but then his own people had to turn on him and put him down and put him in a tomb. And the seals upon that tomb appear to be breaking, and Amat's power is once again running amok. And
So
amok. Iago's been very quiet about the fact that A, he's a dragon, and B, that he is the son of the Emerald Dragon. And he's been sticking pretty close to Mathin. But as he's also been curious and wanted to explore Steelkeep. And he drags you guys just exploring the castle. Anyone who's willing to go. Who volunteers?
Yeah, Mathin will go along with him.
Ooh, I go. I want to go. I want to go.
Absolutely. And what you guys come upon is the Royal Library. And as you're going through the books, you come across a room where all the books, just every single book there, is about dragons. And Iago's like fascinated.
Yeah, Mathin will be as well, actually, because even though I guess he knows a little bit about dragons from them being in the forest, he doesn't know that much. And yeah, such a wealth of information on them will be pretty exciting.
There are there are at least 100 different scrolls and volumes. There's also a guard who's just kind of standing there, but he's being friendly, and he comments to you all, is just you're welcome to look, just be careful. He goes, that's how the king lost his leg.
Oh.
He goes, and he nods his head, and he goes, back in the day when he was just the prince, someone infected the library with constructed mimics, and a group of adventurers much like yourselves were here investigating, looking for information, and one of the books just attacked them and attacked the prince, bit his whole damn leg off. So, and then one of the others took a book to the face.
And Mathin kind of like looks back to the shelves a little more warily now. It's like, and I take it this mimic problem was solved back then.
Yeah. He goes, that was over a century before. The king sure remembers. And Iago's like, whispers to Mathin. He goes, I want to take one of the books. I want to learn how to be a better dragon.
And Mathin looks, or he kneels down to him, and he says that after all the hospitality the king has shown us and how nice these dwarves have been, that it wouldn't be right to take one of the books, but that he should go and ask the guard nicely if they could borrow the book that he wishes to take, as long as it doesn't leave the city.
Okay. And he wanders over to the guard and he goes, Sir, would it be possible to borrow a book from here and take it back to the rooms? And the guard pats him on the head and goes, Afraid not, lad. It's all the books stay in here. There's some tables over there where you can sit and read, but the books themselves stay within the vault, except when the royal family themselves borrows them. He goes, but we do have a scribe on hire who can be paid to make a copy of individual pages or individual books. Takes a bit of time. Usually the work is about an hour a page and 10 gold per page. And Iago's eyes get big and he goes, 10 gold for a page? It's like, I don't think we have that much, like, between all of us. I wish Elle was here. She'd give me a book.
Aww.
Aww.
Should get many books.
Yeah. Would Mathin hear him say that?
Yeah, she said yeah. She didn't mic up. I would hear Laurel hear you request that Mathin hear what Iago said. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Hearing that about Elle, like, yeah, Mathin gets like a kind of sad look in his eyes, and then he turns back to the bookshelf. What was there a book specifically that he had been looking at?
The one that he had been looking at was an illustrated history of the great dragons.
Okay. Yeah, Mathin's gonna try and slip it into his robes then.
Roll Dex.
Naughty, naughty.
It was a fairly big book, but somehow you make it fit, and the guard sees nothing.
Okay. Yeah, so he is just going to carry on about his business. Not going to draw attention to. He's not even going to kind of let Iago notice that he's done it until they're well out of earshot of the guard and stuff.
Alrighty. Lillith, was there anything you wanted to do in the library before we move on?
I want to look around and see if there are any books with any good like fairy tales and stuff in them that I haven't seen before.
Roll wisdom.
Wisdom roll. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have the move that allows you to expend bags of books? Or are you planning to go for it? Because this seems like a good opportunity to actually stock up on the books for that.
I don't think I have a bag of books.
One of the moves for your allows you to expend a bag of books for a fabled roll.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think I took that. Do not think I took that.
That's okay, but in this case, you can pick up a bag of books.
Yeah, bag of books.
Because what you find is this glass case that's kind of off to the side, and it has books that were definitely written by elves and fairies and anything of the fae. And while it's locked, you're able to, I'm giving you this, able to just kind of click it open, and inside, um, just withdraw a couple of things that were specifically not meant for elves, or not meant for dwarves in the first place, including a book of um, real fairy tales. Like these are stories that the fairies tell each other.
They won't miss this.
And you get 3 books altogether. And so you'll get 3 uses. Alrighty. And the party makes it back to the other group, which is just, you're kind of eating. Everybody's had a chance to rest. Your health pools have been replenished. It's your rooms there at the palace are really comfortable.
So when they get back to the rooms, like Mathin will move to the side and like beckon quietly over to Iago. And when he comes over, like kind of like shielding his front from all the others and that, he will slip out the book and hand it to Iago and ruffle his hair and say, maybe Elle's closer than you think.
Thank you. And he like hugs the book to his chest and hugs Mathin.
Just remember to take care of it. Okay, that's precious.
I will. It so is. And he like pets the cover. And he looks at his unicorn hair bracelet, and his little owl is chirping. It stayed behind. And he goes, yeah, sometimes I feel like she's here just watching over us. Her and Meredith both.
They are.
All right, group. It's a little bit later, and it's time to proceed and go investigate the tomb. Unless there is something else somebody would like to do in the city.
Proclaim myself king. No, yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
Burn it down.
No, these are our allies.
The king summons you forth, and inquires if you have everything you need in terms of rations and equipment and arms and armory.
I will take a recharge on that sort of thing if they're offering it up freely.
They are.
Yeah, I would as well.
Oh, that's awesome, Multi-Axle. Welcome. Space World? That actually sounds kind of cool. I love all the little, like, all the Apocalypse World hacks out there. Like, I love all the extra games they've made for it. Dungeon World's a lot of fun.
And King Noggin says, now, I need your word that all weapons you find within the tomb, that you will bring back to the city. If there's gold, if there's other treasure that has been left there, and I don't know, it isn't clear. But anything that's relating to weapons, those are sacred to us, and I would feel angry if you were to keep those for themselves, but you are looting my grandfather's tomb on my behalf and behest. So anything else you find, be it shields, be it drinking horns, be it you can take whatever you can carry. Is that an agreement we can come to?
Jaylin is looking to the others.
Who needs weapons when you've got magic on your side?
Seems like a fair enough deal.
Yeah, he's just gonna nod.
And he goes, all right. In that case, allow me to present this to you, Prince Jaylin. And he hands him a map that directs where in the valley the tomb is hidden.
All right, well, thank you for trusting us with this.
And he goes, of course, of course. And he gestures to Rolly, and he says, sheep farmer, you represent your entire people in this endeavor. I have taken some thought, and rather than sending any of my royal guards with you all, I am simply allowing you, since they're already your friends, to continue to be their guide. And Rolly nods vigorously, and you can see his eyes getting big as he thinks, treasure. He goes, be brave, be honorable. And Rolly's nodding his head vigorously, and he goes, thank you, your majesty, and claps his hand on his chest. And
Your majesty? Could you not send one of your royal guards? This one could barely win a fight against a fish.
and Rolly goes, it was a big fish. And the king laughs and goes, well, if you feel like you need other support, I can arrange that. And Rolly's waving his hands, going, no, I can do this. I have this covered. I am part of the group, remember?
It was a bear of a fish, you know?
And King Noggin kind of gives you guys an odd look. It goes, well, good luck to you all. I hope. He goes, it's about a day's journey there. By Griffin. Or actually, he goes, I take that back. It would be a couple of days' journey walking. But we have the Griffins ready for you. And I am sending a groom with you to tend the Griffins while you are adventuring.
Jaylin makes a face at the mention of the Griffins, but says nothing. All right. It looks like we have our work cut out for us then. Thank you once again, Your Majesty. We'll be out of here. Or, well, your beard.
and he chuckles, and he strokes his beard. And he goes, I look forward to your return. I hope you do return.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, King, but you better have the ale ready for our return.
Absolutely.
And so when Jaylin's walking out, assuming the others are with him, he actually turns and goes, do you think dwarves counted as flirting when you compliment their beard?
Yes, they do.
And Mathin, trying not to smile, nods his head and said, I have heard this about them.
I hear they really like it when you tug on their beards.
And Kethra just winks at Rolly and says, yes, they do.
And Rolly winks back.
Lillith sounds like she wants to try it.
Lillith is going to start tugging on Rolly's beard.
Oh, he not only does he get this big goofy grin on his face, but he has to shift around a little uncomfortably.
And Jaylin's just like, oh, yep, that's enough. And he's just going to start walking. Wait, what are we rolling?
He's not too good.
It's not that noticeable.
Was that a roll for Rolly?
That was a rolly roll.
You know-
Hashtag rolly roll.
You know he has 19 kids, right?
Yeah, but
Maybe it's just worn down a little then.
A lot of power, man.
What the hell?
The
lot
tip
of
has just
power.
been grinding down.
God, no. Okay, can we move on to the next? No, this is not the point of the role play. That's for the After Dark streams.
All right, my friends. We are going to fast forward just a little bit. You get out of the castle. You get out of the castle, and you get on the griffins. Actually, I'm going to take that back. We're going to do one quick roll. Jaylin, roll charisma for the griffin.
Not again. Can Mathin just turn into a griffin and be his mount?
Yes. Yes, you can.
He might need that
And
because I
you're
rolled
going
a
to
5.
Because Jaylin gets a griffin bit.
Okay, so you need me to roll.
Roll your wisdom.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a double digit, whatever it is. Roll 20's lagging a little bit though. But yeah, 12.
You are an amazing griffin.
Can I ride Mathin?
No, I have to because the other griffins don't like me because I'm a wolf.
There is enough room on Mathin for you both.
So, question: would that make Mathin a dire griffin?
No, I think we established that griffins can have two humanoid-sized riders.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
But if Mathin wanted to be a bigger griffin and take you all, I would, with that roll, I would allow it.
Oh, baby, take us all.
I feel like it might be considered rude to turn down all of the king's griffins.
Yeah,
True that.
yeah. Yeah, it's more just of like, yeah, I don't think we should really put Jaylin on your griffins. Don't let me take care of that.
The handler, however, the griffin handler is like running his hands all over Mathin, going, "You're an amazing specimen."
Oh, I bet he'd like to get you in his barn, if you know what I mean.
Jaylin pats him on the side and goes, "You hear that, bear? You're amazing."
And at this point, it's very obvious that this griffin is super uncomfortable. Like, he's trying to
Like he's
can he move
sidestepping
away? Yeah, and then he's just got Jaylin on the other side, making it very uncomfortable. And he just, yeah.
And Rolly like nudges him and goes, "You have to remember, he's really an elf." And the griffin handler kind of jerks back and like looks at his hands and like wipes them off on his sides.
Wow.
Racism wins the day again. Okay. These elves are the dwarves are so racist against the elves. Oh my god.
I mean, can you really blame them though with the elves in this world?
Yeah, the elves in this world are kind of they're dicks. I'm sorry.
Kind of Nazis.
Kind
They're
of not cool.
They're not the greatest of people.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody pick out your griffins. I apparently have the one that the griffin keep wanting to flirt with.
Hey, it is a griffin fit for a prince, okay?
Is it a griffin fit for a king?
I hope so.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet, though. I'm pretty much young Simba. We haven't had the part where I run off and like go grow up and be a teenager surrounded by like a warthog and a
Oh no, you have Dio. Dio's your warthog.
Whoa!
Whoa, excuse me.
Whoa! I think if anything, she's the meerkat out of the pair.
Well, who's the
I am
warthog?
Timon to his Pumbaa. Thank you very much.
I always thought of her as more of his Nala to his Simba.
Well,
Ooh,
yeah.
baby.
And Nala's being played by Beyonce in the new movie, so you're Beyonce, baby.
And Mathin's the kind of older. Does he need to die in a stampede?
Are you Zazu?
No, you're Zazu. You're not Mufasa. You're Zazu. You're the
Oh no,
advisor.
I'm Rafiki.
Oh, you're Rafiki. That's even better.
You are
Yes,
Rafiki.
you're Rafiki.
Oh my god, you are.
So everyone gets safely aboard their griffins because thanks to Mathin's ingenuity. And you guys soar off and go riding across the valley towards the peaks to the southwest and land. As you're descending down, you see on the side of the mountain a stone gate and a sort of stone entrance with a an interesting looking door, and there's some kind of creature that is sitting in front of the door, and I want everybody to roll intelligence to see if any of you recognize the creature. And everybody who fails can take an XP. Mathin. Oh, and Alexandra.
Rip.
And Lillith.
And
Whoa.
Lillith.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh shit, did mine double roll?
Yeah.
Double roll.
Yeah.
Take the first roll then.
Okay,
Man, that second
take your
roll would have been
XP.
great, though. Holy crap.
Mathin recognizes a Dagnabbit when he sees it. And just a second as I move you all, and we'll take a moment for the screen to uproll to load.
Whoa.
All right.
Oh god, that is an evil looking Dagnabbit.
Isn't it? Scroll down.
That's a Dagnabbit.
It's a Witcherwabber.
Oh my gosh. What the? Wait. He looks at him. What?
That is a Dagnabbit.
Yeah, that's a Dagnabbit. I'm pretty sure that's Dagnabbit, right, Dag? You're in chat, right?
It looks like a rabbit crossed with a werewolf crossed with a bat.
Dag says heart, so yes.
So, Mathin.
Yes.
Dagnabbits are chaotic creatures who are very good at combat, and pranksters. They have a wicked sense of humor, and they love dirty and bad jokes. Is there anything else that you would like to add to what Dagnabbits do?
I feel like that's such a good description.
They like dirty jokes, and they're my new favorite creature. Just saying.
And you all begin to walk and proceed walking towards the gate. And
Can
the
I add to what Dagnabbits do?
Yes, you can.
Dagnabbits are ambitious. You can actually... There are stories about how you can actually overcome a Dagnabbit's challenges by presenting them an even bigger challenge.
Awesome.
There.
And the Dagnabbit sees you about the same time as you see him. And he gets this big grin on his face. And he licks his lips. He goes, "Oh, look, Ditter." He goes, "There's only 6 of you?" He goes, "Oh, there's 7 of you, but that one's a runt. Throw him back. He's not big enough yet.
And so Jaylin starts moving Rolly away from the party.
That was gonna be my joke, but I'm okay with you stealing it this time.
Oh my god, we're on the same page here. Jaylin gets help from Lillith. They both just look at Rolly.
And Rolly's like, hey, wait, what? What? He meant Iago! And Iago stretches up on his tiptoes. And he goes, I'm taller than you are. And the Dagnabbit goes, yeah, but you're damn scrawny. And then he, like, sniffs the air. And he sniffs the air again. And he points at Iago and he goes, hey, kid, poop for me. And Iago's like, no!
Ew.
And he goes, oh, but I've heard that dragons poop gems. And that definitely smells like a dragon.
Oh yeah, have we been making money this entire time? I've been wondering about that.
I regret to say that in this form,
No. Okay.
Iago does
Yeah.
not poop gems.
Okay.
That will come later in life.
I forgot about that piece of lore back from the island. I was like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
dragons poop gems.
That's messed up, man.
That is messed up, isn't it? Who was it that came up with that piece of lore?
Wasn't me.
Laurel.
Was it Laurel?
I think it was me, yeah. I think so.
Okay. Feed Iago some laxatives. You'll be rich in an hour.
God.
Jaylin steps back to stand at Iago's side just to make sure that none of these shenanigans actually become harmful.
Laurel,
Yes.
can I have Alexandra walk up to it and pick it up by the ears?
You can walk up to it and defy danger. Roll well.
Can I defy danger with intelligence by knowing to grab it by the ears?
You can defy danger and roll intelligence and know that picking it up by the ears is a really bad idea. That picking it up by itself is like, it's not just going to stand there and let you do that. It's going to take an action too.
I'll take the consequence. I want to pick it up.
Wow.
I'm gonna pick it up facing away from me.
As you walk up and you pick the Dagnabbit up by the ears, roll me 2d6 and roll well.
Oh, nice.
9. As it's like kind of watching you, and it's staring at your cleavage as you're walking up to it, and it's getting this grin on its face. And as you start reaching for its ears, it goes, "Oh baby, are you sure?"
When it says that she's gonna yank on the ears.
And you yank hard on the ears. Roll. And it goes, "Hey, stop that!" And it slaps you.
Uh-oh.
And as it slaps you, it uses its claws, and it rips at your clothes. And it like rips you're not wearing armor, are you?
No.
Oh.
It rips the front of your clothes right off and grins. And it goes, "We can play rough in front of the audience, or you can wait until I eat them. But I promise, honey, I'll eat you last."
Alright, I'm gonna cast Black Magic.
This really is a Dagnabbit.
Roll your spell. Excellent.
And that gets me. Hold on, let me get the mage book up.
Get the mage book.
Oh boy. How about that 12 though?
And my PDF reader just crashed. 1 second.
No worries.
Alright, and with my tags, I'm gonna take Messy, which is plus 1d8 damage,
Uh-huh.
3 piercing, and I'm gonna pick Close as the range tag.
Excellent. Roll your damage and and now roll me 1d6. And this is his magic resistance. And he gets 1. So he's only able to basically shrug off one of those 7 points of damage you do to him.
Well, it's got 3 piercing on it anyway.
Right. But this was magic resistance. This is resistance to magic that you were
Damn it.
rolling, not resistance weapon. Yeah. And so you just slam into him, and he goes, "Ugh, ugh," and you kind of stumble him, and he stumbles back, and he's no longer smiling. Does anyone else want to take an action while the Dagnabbit is caught off balance?
I would like to capture him in a net.
You have your net. You can throw it.
All right, Dex. 10.
You with the precision that you had in the gladiatorial ring, you get the net over him as he's stumbling back from Alexandra, and because he was already off balance, he trips and he just gets the net tangled around him, and he is definitely taking no action this next turn.
Jaylin is actually going to kneel down and be like, so who's looking like dinner now?
Ooh, I love rabbit stew.
He goes, wait, we can negotiate this. I mean, I'm not getting paid enough to get eaten.
You're being paid? To do what exactly?
To guard the door.
Oh.
Against goody two-shoes like all of you. He goes, but maybe since you're talking about eating me, you're not as good as I thought.
Jaylin flashes his eyes.
And he goes, oh, do that again. That was sexy.
And he does. He does it again.
And the Dagnabbit grins. And he flashes his own.
This came out for Switch.
And then he's there, and then there's a cloud of smoke. Like poof. And then behind you all, he poofs again. And he's like touching the wound that he took, and he's like looking at his own blood, and he takes a little bit of a lick of it, and he goes, really crappy day to die. So I'm going to do you all a favor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to lay here on the ground, all defeated, and he puts one of his hands up on his forehead where he has that little mark in the picture, and he goes, oh, woe is me. I've been vanquished. The adventurers are going inside to their doom.
Jaylin looks to the others. How do you feel about that?
I mean,
I don't trust it.
Of course I don't trust it.
Should we fight him anyways?
I mean, we're not gonna kill him just for existing, are we?
He tore my dress. That's reason enough to kill him.
Yeah, he's a pervert.
Okay, that's one vote towards killing him. Two, actually two. Okay.
I mean, I don't want to kill him.
Rolly raises his hand.
I just want to teach him not to be mean.
And he goes, okay, I'll make you a new deal. You get to kill one of me. And he snaps his fingers and he polymorphs into 3. And he goes, okay, come on. Come take me on. I dare you. I double dag dare you. I triple dag you dare you.
Uh-oh.
Seriously?
Alright, my caster spell gets 3 tags again.
Oh god.
So Laurel,
Yes.
I want to take the plus at 1d8 and also take 3 targets.
Do it.
And this gives me a -2 on the damage roll.
Uh-huh.
12 damage.
12.
Wow, to each of them.
You hit all 3 of them. All 2 of them just sizzle and go out. Like, they're just gone. The third one goes flying, hits a tree behind you, and kind of groans there bleeding. And he goes, God damn mages.
Oh, you've come across us before?
Yeah. He goes, you don't think I started out this way, do you? I was an innocent little rabbit who was bought at the market by a mage called Nostradamus, who experimented upon me and turned me into what I am.
Tell me, creature, what is your name?
Dagnabbit.
Ah, Grandfather's been looking for you.
Oh, fuck. And Alexandra, roll Defy Danger for Dagnabbit. Give him 2d6 plus 1. Uh-oh, did I just lose?
I know, Dio's rebooting. Her mic hasn't been working. She's been trying to talk for the past few minutes.
Yeah.
Poor Dio. Nope. He fails. He tries to teleport away, and he just doesn't have the ability right now. And he's going, I don't want to go back to your grandfather. He's so boring. Can't we make another arrangement?
What do you mean Grandfather's boring? He's the most exciting old man I've known.
Uh-huh.
No one can play chess like him.
Chess.
So your grandfather's just setting things like this loose into the world?
Chess. Oh no, I escaped.
Oh, well, I mean,
He was drunk.
I mean, if you really don't want to go back, I suppose I can let you go free. But if I ever hear of you bothering adventurers again, I'll tell Grandfather that I saw you and that you're still alive.
And he goes, I promise you won't hear about me bothering adventurers again. And I'll go my way, and you go mine.
Wait, no, we're gonna go our own. Welcome back, Dio.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I hear you.
Okay.
Now,
You guys are really, 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 really bad at trolling people.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're supposed to pretend that you don't hear Dio. That way she thinks her mic's still broken.
Oh,
No,
man.
because
No,
I'm
That's
so
how it
mad. I
works.
missed the most awesome opportunity because you guys couldn't hear me.
no, Dio only mic mutes on her stream. Not on mine. Oh, what opportunity did you miss? I know you're probably like,
So-
die.
Before, like, before Elle walked up to the Nabbit, I was gonna pull out my sword and go, "Shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting Nabbits."
Oh.
Oh.
Next, this is me thinking out loud. If they had one more party member, they could summon Captain Planet and one-shot this dungeon. Yeah.
Let us recruit a Nabbit then.
Jaylin is just like, he's just like not sure what to do with this because he's like, well, if it was just watching the door, it's not stopping us from getting through the door.
And he goes,
And, Alexandra's leaving it alone now. She's done playing.
yep. And she goes, here, I'm even going to sweeten the deal for you. And he blows you a kiss.
Oh god.
And he goes, if you fix what you've done. And he looks at these gaping holes in his body and he coughs a little. He goes, I will even give you the key to get inside.
Don't we have the key?
As a matter of fact, you have a key from the king.
Yeah, that's Jaylin's not asking that. That's actually me asking that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you actually do have a key.
No thanks. We have no further business with you, or your kind.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
And he makes a sigh and makes a sound. And who volunteers to unlock the door?
Jaylin does.
Yeah, excellent, Jaylin.
Because this is probably gonna kill him.
Yeah, send the one in that can't die.
Yep, plot armor
No.
wins all.
It's not that. It's just like he's like, well, this was our task from an ally nation, and yeah. Ooh, whoa. Nope, mic up.
You unlock the door. I should take myself off of push to talk.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, wait, what? Go ahead.
I should. Shush you. All right. And you guys still hear me, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. And you see down there's the hall that leads into the central chamber is a lot longer than the picture shows. But you see down there and just out of you can't quite make it out in the center, but you think you see in front of the statue itself a throne of some kind and a dwarf sitting on the stone. But before you have an opportunity to really go in there and explore things, you see a pack of zombified rats. Whoops, not that. I don't have any idea why I just hit that. That
What?
goes away.
But stop showing secrets.
That wasn't even a secret. It's like that's fine.
Man, I've been in this room in Dragon Age Origins. Let's go. I mean, no,
Okay. Group moves.
So I open the door and I open the door into this long hall that leads to that really cool place, but before it is a pack of zombified rats.
Zombified rats.
Okay.
And the rats come chattering towards you as you are stepping in. And there look to be like 8 or 9 of them.
Did I pick up the net that I threw at the Dagnabbit? Like, one trick pony here. All right. Shield up, sword out. I take point. I look ready to fend them off if they get close to me or anyone else.
And they're about the size of small dogs. And they're kind of drooling and shambling. They're not particularly fast, but they do seem to smell all the fresh flesh and are eagerly charging forward.
Guys, we have a welcoming committee on their way in.
What would everybody else like to do? Jaylin is taking point with shield and sword.
I mean, if it's going to be rats, I would kind of like Mathin to turn into a mountain cat and let's go hunting.
You bet. Roll your wisdom. And you take +2 dex.
Okay.
Wow.
Meow.
And Iago just claps his hands. And he goes, I know. My job is to stay in the back.
And Jaylin goes, no, correction. Your job is to stay safe.
Don't worry, Jaylin, I've got him covered. Nothing will make it near him.
And Rolly goes, and Rolly draws his own sword that he'd picked up out of the, from the dwarves. And he goes in and he goes, I can help take care of this.
Yep. Jaylin's like, you ever fought these before?
He goes, I've dealt with the regular kind of rats.
I don't have to do. Not that he has a lot of time to talk. He's just like, he just sees people coming up and like, zombie rats?
And everybody who's stepping in, roll Defy Danger.
Yep. I'm gonna roll based on... I'm gonna roll based on strength. Because he's gonna want to shield swipe anything that gets close to him. If that's possible.
Absolutely. Jaylin, you not only dodge, but you slam one of them in such a way where you break it. It is undead, so it starts repairing itself. Rolly is not as lucky. Rolly takes one right to the face. It's basically the fish scene all over again.
Or the buck mimic.
And it actually, or the book mimic, yeah. It actually really messes him up. And he's writhing on the floor with an undead rat eating
Rolly!
him.
Get it together! Jaylin can't move from where he is to assist. Because that would mean opening everybody else up to the rat.
Yeah, Mathin is still behind Jaylin, so he can assist Rolly.
All right. Mathin, you want to make an attack on the rat on his face?
Yes. So you said he was on the... you said he was on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Mathin will see this rat leap onto him and Rolly fall onto the ground with it clinging to his face still. And he's gonna hunker down and do the usual cat wiggling the butt thing and just leap on top of Rolly and try and bite this rat.
Do it.
Yeah, would that be Dex for that attack?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And you got a 9 with the +2.
Okay, yep.
Actually, in fact, that would be +3 plus your normal one. So that's a 10.
Wait, are we?
Okay.
Is this a +2 modifier or a +2 to the stat?
Oh, sorry, a +2 to the stat.
I have to
Okay,
ask the
so-
modifier thing again because of what happened to Elle that one time.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was the whole downfall for Elle.
Poor Al. Poor Al. So that I would actually just, yeah, never mind. Laurel takes a breath. You you get it off him. Roll your damage. Yeah, you. It tastes awful, and as you nip it, you know that biting through is a bad idea. And
Mhm.
so you just claw it apart. But as you claw it apart, you feel the necrotic energy, not just in the rats itself, but in this entire place. And you get a sinking feeling that killing things in here, just killing them, isn't going to be good enough. Kethra, roll your wisdom for me.
Okay.
You get that same sense as you're watching them fight, that this place reeks of undeath, and just ripping things apart or cutting them apart within here isn't going to be enough. It's going to take fire and magic weapons.
Okay. I would like to share that information with the group because, yeah.
Do it.
So, brute force is not going to win the battles these days, boys and girls. We are going to need to fight these guys with magic and firepower, and I'm sorry, dear heart, but your sword is not going to cut it.
That reminds me of a story I heard once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Lillith is taking her action. Let's hear that.
Your action, Lillith.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a fable, and it's gonna make shit happen. That's all I understand about this mechanic. Okay, so here's the story, okay, so once upon a time there was this big scary cave, and it had a bunch of zombies in it. And so the heroes had to use fire to fight the zombies. So their mage cast a super powerful magic spell and said, anytime that an adventurer is in a cave, they can call on their magical powers, and their swords and their weapons will become on fire, and they will be able to save the day.
Roll it.
What a wonderful story.
Oh no!
Alexandra,
That's the
would you
story.
like to cast a spell?
No. In this proximity, she knows that magic is a dangerous thing. But I would like to try and enchant Rolly's sword.
Okay, do that.
Alright.
I'm so
That's a
disappointed
big
in
roll.
Lilith's roll.
Mhm.
Me too.
On the other hand, Rolly's sword is now enchanted.
I'm gonna enchant it with fire.
Good call.
And hold on, I get to pick two things. The enchantment has no unknown side effects, and the enchantment is permanent. I'm gonna say.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
Laurel, there
Yeah.
is a one on there that I didn't pick, which
Uh-huh.
you can play around with, and that is the enchantment does not have weird limitations.
Okay. That
So
works.
the ball's in your court.
What I'm going to say is, even though Lilith's roll failed, and so that spell isn't working on everybody, it nonetheless is working on Rolly's sword to a limited effect, and it is twisting Alexandra's spell so that his sword is fire enchanted against the undead, and it only works on the it's only a magical weapon against the undead.
That works.
And he immediately swings it into some rat bits, and there is like a poof, and it turns to ash. Jaylin.
Yeah, Jaylin hears that his sword's not gonna cut it here, and he takes that as a personal challenge. I'd like to use Heirloom to consult the weapon.
Do it.
Let's see. Is there a roll for that? Let me double check.
I think it's wisdom, but check for me, yeah.
I used to have notes on the sheet, and then I stopped taking them. It's charisma.
Okay.
That's a failure.
The sword, as you're consulting the sword, you let your guard down just a little bit, and one of the rats comes charging right at you and bites at your groin. Roll 1d6.
It does 1 damage.
You take 1 point of damage.
It just bit my dick. What?
What is it
That's,
with this name and Jaylin's crotch?
That's I'm wondering about you guys too, honestly.
You know what? I just thought of something, but I'm gonna leave this alone this time.
God damn it, Shattered Storm, get out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Thank you, Shattered Storm.
Okay.
So, you now have a rat trying to gnaw through.
May I act against the rat that's trying to gnaw through my armor?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm going to partial shift claws and just grip into it. Just like...
Yeah. Oh my god. Someone is a bad person.
Uh-huh. I see what's going on there. You guys don't get to draw that. Stop that.
Who did that?
This is like that scene in Piranha 3D where Jean-Luc Bilodeau's character is having sex with a girl, and like he sticks it in and then pulls back out immediately because there's a piranha inside of her, and it's latched onto him for like the next 3 minutes, and he actually has to cut his own dick off to get rid of the piranha.
Oh.
By the way, that was a great movie. Yep.
How was there a piranha inside her and she didn't know?
I have no idea.
Hot dog down the hallway.
You grab the rat.
Yeah, like with claws. Yeah, and just like
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just rip into it. Just like get nope.
Yep.
Strength.
Yep.
Oh, that actually happens. Damage is going to be 1d10 plus 1d8.
I'm the same fuck you did not march.
3 damage.
It's enough to rip it apart. Of course, it immediately starts reforming.
Yeah, somebody else is gonna have to take care of that.
While you're doing that, another one of them skirts past you and leaps upon the cat. Mathin, defy danger, Dex.
And I gain a point of balance for doing damage. Jaylin's claws glow when when that happens. Something's different.
You avoid the rat, but there is now a rat in the midst between you and Kethra and Alex and Lillith. Would somebody else there in the back like to deal with this rat that has appeared?
Kethra would like to use magic missile and pray to the gods she doesn't fail it this time.
Roll it!
I love
Mathin
that.
would like to run for the hills.
I love
That is a
magic
good
message.
move. Is an int roll, yes?
Yes.
Wait, are we playing a game in which Kethra casts a fireball from behind Jaylin?
Alexandra's gonna cover Iago.
All right. Mathin, you automatically dodged the missile.
Okay.
And so does the rat.
Oh no.
And the rat lunges at Kethra. Kethra, defy danger.
No.
I don't want. I'm scared. All right. I'm gonna do this as a dex roll and try to just get out of its way. And I will take my XP again.
What the fuck are these rolls?
So good.
Kethra, roll 1d6 for the damage you take.
We're gonna need Lillith to tell another story.
All right, Kethra, the rat bites you. And it hurts. Roll wisdom, please. Or roll constitution, please.
Oh no, no,
Oh my God,
no,
I'm
no,
sorry, roll
no.
what?
Roll
Constitution.
constitution, please.
Oh no, 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 no. Oh God,
Oh,
no!
there we go. There we go. Dio, you're banned from Dungeon World, okay?
Dio, would you just like to reload roll 20?
Can the next time Dio rolls a character, can she roll an offensive class, please?
I have +1 in Constitution and an int. What the hell?
I'm sorry. I need a moment here. I have to stop laughing so I can breathe.
I feel we need to make a custom playbook for Dio for our next character that's just the immune. And basically every advanced skill and every point you take just makes you immune to something else. So that you can no longer be cursed or get lycanthropy or zombification. Just like you're immune to everything.
Yes.
Dio.
Somehow she'll still botch the roll on being immune, though.
Roll Kethra's intelligence for me.
Wait, what is that?
Roll Kethra's intelligence for me.
Are you...
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
We have to take 3 minutes because I have to get up and otherwise I'm going to start coughing on stream. I'll be right back.
Okay, short break, guys. It's a cliffhanger. When we get back, we find out just how fucked Kethra is.
I'm refreshing my roll 20. God damn it.
Can we
I
just,
think
have a
Kethra.
seance to purify Dio's dice, please?
I think Kethra was cursed by the Dagnabbit. Yeah, I'm agreeing with Shatterstorm there. Yeah, it's a 2 and a 3. She rolled a total of 6 there, which was a 2 and a 3. And before that, she rolled a 6, and she rolled a 3. Oh, that was damage to her. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly, Doomshot. Exactly. Kethra equals all of the fucked.
Kethra equals all the fuck. You know, if she actually is rolling for zombification, I have to actually ask Laurel if Jaylin needs to roll since he got bit.
Doesn't the werewolf thing protect you from stuff like that?
I hope so. I think that's the case, but like...
Wouldn't Rolly also need to roll?
I assume that
Yes.
she actually rolled for Rolly, which is why he's still around. Or she at least assumed that he
Yeah.
was passing on that. If it is passing along zombification, I'm just like, he's going to be like, how did this happen to you? Well, you see, this rat bit my dick, and...
Hold on. Is zombification an STD?
Zombie werewolf could be super badass, but I think it's only Kethra that has to worry about whatever's going on right now. Laurel, are you back?
All right.
Yeah.
I am back. All right, Kethra, you got bit, and it hurt.
Yes.
And Iago, or actually, Lillith, I'm going to let you and Alexandra both take an action. There is a rat gnawing on Kethra. And Mathin, you are having to deal with another one at the same time. So the girls are going to get to her first.
And another one.
Okay.
I'll let Lilith take this one.
Oh, Lillith. Yumi?
Yumi.
She may have taken a break because I said I was taking a break.
Either that, or she, like, Sizz is distracting her. Hey, Sizz! Sizz! You still lurking, Sizz? Take Yumi's turn for her.
Okay. Iago's going to take a turn.
Ooh.
Iago, using the sword that Jaylin had made for him, the wooden sword,
Uh-huh.
takes it and stabs it through the rat, kind of pinning it to the floor with the wooden sword, off of Kethra.
Nice.
And he just yells. And as he yells, you see his his skin kind of shimmers and becomes, the scales appear on the back of his neck. And his features contort for a second. And he goes, "Kethra, are you all right?"
And I just look at Iago and I say, I think so.
All right, Jaylin.
Yes.
There are rats charging you, and something happened to Kethra behind you.
Huh. Let's see. He's super not happy now. He's actually gonna go ahead and just fully shift to werewolf form. Oh wow, the messy tag actually adds a damage. Is that something?
I think that's what it says for the mage book.
On the barbarian one that I've got, the axe I've taken has a messy, which it lists as plus 1d4.
Okay.
Yeah, and on the tags that I get to pick for my black magic, the messy says in brackets next to it plus 1d8.
Okay, so messy does add damage. I need to know that
You
in
know,
the future because
I'm not sure that it does in all the places, but we can.
I'm
play
only
it.
asking because his claws actually have the messy tags.
I am totally okay with his claws being messy and adding damage.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he's shifting up the werewolf form, and even though he knows he can't kill these, like, you know, permanently because he's not capable of doing any magic damage to them, he is going to just be grabbing and throwing, and basically anything that comes near him, he's going to try to punt it back away. He's just basically being a shield wall right now.
Awesome.
So I guess I'll roll my hack and slash.
Yes, please.
All right, hack and slash, strength, go. 14.
You basically, all the rest of the rats, you have them tattered. You're just ripping, tearing. Nothing else is getting past you. The one that went after Kethra, Rolly is going to make a stab attack at it. Stop using Kethra's dice, Rolly. And it eludes him. And it's going to make a run at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as it doesn't go after anybody. At Mathin. Mathin, defy danger dex. And now make your own attack.
Okay. I don't know if this will work because Rolly just failed so spectacularly. But Mathin kind of wants to just like growl at Rolly to catch his attention, and then like scoop the rat in his paw and just like hurl it at him basically for batting practice. Let's see if he can hit it with that sword as Mathin swings it to him.
I'm gonna let you roll for Rolly 2d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Let's see if you can roll better for him than I was doing. Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay.
And you throw the rat, and he slices through with a sword, and it shrieks and turns into ash. And Rolly runs forward and starts applying that sword to all the little bits that Jaylin is tearing his way through, and starts turning things into ash. And so it takes about 5 or 6 minutes worth of the two of them working on that. Unless somebody else wants to do an action in the meantime, they will clear the pack and clear the hall.
Anyone?
Anybody doing anything else?
I have balance on Mathin as well. And could I use a couple of points of that to apply my nature magic to Kethra to try and heal what happened to her?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'll spend 2. How much damage did you take, D?
It took 3 damage.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll spend 2 points anyway. So that's 1d4 of healing.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that 4 for you.
And Mathin, roll your wisdom. Oh, hell yeah.
Really?
Mathin, as you're healing her, you can sense that the wound is infected. And infected with the same kind of taint that is here within this entire place that you sensed before.
Mm-hmm.
And drawing upon your ties to the great forest and drawing upon your ties to Kethra, not only do you heal the wounds themselves, you cleanse the taint right out of her. Kethra, you didn't even know it was there, but you can feel as the healing itself is doing that he has to expend more energy than a wound that serious normally would take. But after it's done, you feel so much better.
All right.
And Kethra Kethra is safe from being a zombie.
Yay!
Yay!
Kethra also has, for the rest of this scene, you are not going to need to make saving throws if you get hit again. Mathin's nature magic has you protected at this point in time.
Yay!
Yay!
Alrighty. And voice check time. Is everybody here?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yay! Okay. Then everybody's going to
Move forward.
move forward.
Yay. Do 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 do.
Rats are gone.
Move past the rats. Checking things out. Are these stairs?
Move party forward. And
Reveal.
Yeah, so as they're moving on, Mathin is going to take that time to say to everyone that their bites are infectious, I guess. There is something, so no matter what you do, above all, try and avoid getting bit.
And Jaylin just kind of looks down at himself and then shrugs. He's still in werewolf form right now, though, so it's just like, eh.
as you move closer, you see a very old looking dwarf sitting on the throne. And his eyes are sunken in, and they're just black pits of swirling dark energy. His skin, it's there resting upon his bones, but it has a kind of solid gray tone to it. And he is not breathing, but he begins to move. And as you proceed in, he raises his gauntleted arms and his hands, and he claps. You see swirling around, ducking in and out of objects, more of those zombie rats, and probably a couple scores of them. And they don't attack you at this point in time. They're just kind of milling around watching. And Stormheart upon his throne kind of reaches and grabs one that gets a little too close to him and picks it up and starts to eat it like
Ugh.
it was a giant chicken leg, and watches you with those swirling pits.
Your Royal Highness, if we knew you were hungry, we would have brought you that creature from outside. I do apologize.
And he licks his lips and he goes, well, it is something that was corrupted enough to obey my summons and come.
Corruptions. They're just normal life.
He goes, how good of you all. Come and visit me. My master will be pleased. And behind you, the doors start at the end of the hall, slide shut with a thud that resounds, and stuff gets really dark.
But, King Stormheart, how can your master be pleased when a dwarf such as yourself would never let anyone rule him?
He goes, oh, I ceased being a dwarf a long time ago. This is just the shell.
And apparently you threw your pride down the drain too.
He goes, the dead have no pride.
Question out of character.
Uh-huh.
Is it physically dark in the room?
Yes.
Okay. Kethra would like to use the rote light. An item you touch glows with divine light and about as bright as a torch. It gives off no heat or sound and requires no fuel, but is otherwise like a mundane torch. You have complete control over the color of the flame, and the spell lasts as long as it is in your presence.
Absolutely.
And you have light.
And do I need to roll for that?
I don't remember if you have to roll for rotes. I don't think you do.
We're going to make it automatic.
Okay, awesome.
I mean...
We're going to make this one automatic.
Then Kethra is going to draw her sword, and she's going to use that as a torch.
Excellent. What color is the light that emanates over you all?
It is going to be blue. It's going to be a blue light.
And Stormheart smiles a little less. And he goes, oh, priestess.
And Kethra just kind of smiles and says, well, your highness, I nearly wanted light so I could see your face. And she bows. But, like, you can hear the snark in her voice.
That's my girl.
I don't see why you'd want to see that face.
And she looks to Alexandra and says, now, just because he's changed doesn't mean we should forget our manners.
The only manners I share were to kings, and this sorry, pitiful excuse for a king lost all his morals and his pride the moment he made that deal with whatever is controlling him.
He goes, oh. He goes, there's so much power to the abyss. And he goes, show them, my children. And now all the rats charge from both directions.
I grab Rolly's sword.
Okay, do it!
Okay, I'm gonna use Rolly's sword because mine's no good. I'm gonna actually hand him mine.
Yeah. And he's like holding on to it to take care of it.
We're so mean to poor Rolly.
Are you kidding? He's holding an amazing sword now. Like, Jaylin's sword is nothing to shake a stick at.
I can do nothing to these things.
It can.
It can stop them.
You can try another fable now if you would like.
Yumi?
Hmm?
You could try another fable.
You can try another fable.
I'm gonna tell the story of the fire cats. I was thinking about this while we were fighting the rats. That's why they're cats. There's a story that once upon a time, there was a magical group of fiery kittens called the Fire Cats. They're not just regular kittens, they're dire kittens. And they were like superheroes that went around saving the day from evil undead things. And she summoned them by saying, Fire Cats! Fire Cats! Fire Cats!
Oh, no.
Oh!
And it works! Yeah.
And it works!
Okay, so what are you achieving here?
Can I summon the Fire Cats? Is that a thing I can do?
Let me I think you actually can. Hold on, let me can I See your sheet, huh?
I hope she can, because Alexandra has the perfect combo off of this.
I still have the playbook.
I can paste you the thing. There you go.
What? Windows. Okay. So that's a 10 plus. So you're gonna get to choose. The the story being told takes effect and molds the world around you.
Excellent. Give me a moment. Mathin, it does not burn you. You're immune, but you are now glowing with flames and fire for one thing.
Okay.
And Yumi, roll 2d6 for me.
That's a 9.
Oh, wait. What did I do wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. There's
Uh-oh.
technical faux pas in the background.
Uh-oh.
Here's a file. Yes.
Yes.
This is what we want to do. All right. I am going to turn grid on for a moment, but only for a moment. Grid.
I heard grit there. I was like, wait, what?
She's
Yeah,
casting
good.
grit.
Yes, I'm casting grid.
Yeah, Shattered Storm, L. L is the rip.
I remember there being one of these that, oh, okay. I'm looking at the...
Oh my
the actual
god!
list. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh!
Yes!
Have you been in my token collection again?
Hey, I just made that.
I know, I'm giving
so
you
proud of me.
Fire cats!
Oh!
And as the fire kittens appear and start laying mass on the undead rats, the Stormheart goes, "What is this? How dare you?" And Lillith, defy danger.
Please defy danger.
What would you like me to base it on?
Base it on Fire Cat.
Base it on Fire Cat.
Okay, so you actually have a few options here. What level is your character? Like, which advanced moves did you pick?
Level 5.
Okay.
I have Glamorous Deceit, Fables, Forest Dweller, Nature Sprite, Renit Form, and Enchanting Servants.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I guess this would be a dex one, huh?
Yeah.
If you had Crown of Roses, you could actually use Charisma for Defy Danger, and 9s also count as 10s.
I thought about it. I thought about Crowns of Roses really hard. It's probably gonna be my next one.
From Stormheart's eyes, there shoots a blast, basically a cone of darkness at where Lillith was. But Lillith is no longer there. And he does not have an opportunity to strike again before other people take their actions. All of the rats are very busy dealing with storm kittens. And you can basically assume that at this point, the rats are way too occupied by storm kittens to be able to aid him in any way. So it's just you guys and him.
All right. So Alexandra's got an idea. And she's just got a very menacing look in her eyes. And her eyes have actually changed to be that of kind of like a dragon's. And she's casting a spell to envelop the whole room behind and around Stormheart in fire.
Uh-huh.
To stop him from, to restrict his movement.
Do that.
$13.
Yes.
This is
Absolutely.
insanity right now.
Hold on. I've got to still pick a downside, but I only pick one.
Jaylin's just over here like, why did you bring me to a magic adventure?
The spell has unforeseen side effects.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give you that one.
Alrighty. At this time, everything on that side of the room, or actually describe exactly where you want it to be in the room for me.
Basically, kind of like where he did a cone in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Everything to his side and behind him will be enveloped in flame, only leaving like the cone in front of him where we are.
Okay. Absolutely. And fire kittens are immune to fire, and undead rats are not. So that can imagine how badly that has that battle going at the same time.
And Alexandra's going to have to concentrate to maintain it, so may not be able to attack.
Yep. The king, as all of this goes on, roars. And his body shatters.
Uh-oh.
And takes a new form.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
And he goes, I am Stormheart now.
The werewolf hands Rolly his sword back and takes his own sword back.
Rolly's
So,
like,
Laurel,
yep. Yes.
that thing's a lot bigger than Stormheart.
Yes, it is.
That thing's gonna be in a lot of fire.
It doesn't burn it.
Oh, goddamn fire.
It appears to have immunity to fire.
What? Right in front of my salad? Okay. No. Can I charge the dragon?
Yes.
Can I charge the dragon, please? Can I charge the dragon and attempt to leap up onto its back?
Just how big out of curiosity is this thing?
Smaller than Iago's mom, because this room itself isn't that big. But let's say, since I know I have the grid on now, if like 5, it's like 20 feet from the tip of its nose all the way to its tail.
Okay.
Big.
Yeah, it's big.
6 meters long for us non-Americans.
Thank you for speaking non-American, because I fail at that.
I do like to keep my meters in check. No, but yeah, Jaylin wants to jump on it on like the back of its neck, like up on top of it.
Kethra would like to cast Bless on Jaylin.
Kethra, you roll first.
Kethra sees Jaylin ready to charge and just taps him on the back really quick with a bless.
Yeah!
Boom!
Yeah.
That reload worked.
And because of all of the magic that is being thrown around Kethra, this time your bless affects not only Jaylin, it affects everyone else in the party except for yourself.
Okay.
Yay!
So everybody gets the benefits.
That's +1 ongoing. Yeah.
Yes.
And so I'm gonna roll to hack and slash, I suppose, here, and we're gonna take whatever this roll is +1. 13 +1, 14.
You are on it, and you are hacking and slashing.
Just claws, just back and just to the right into the back of the neck, over and over. Just how I roll damage.
Roll damage, and roll damage twice for me.
Oh, you sure? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Here's the first time. 20.
Excellent.
And the second time, 4. And I gained 2 more balance.
Excellent.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, okay.
Tearing through it is tearing into bone and stone. It's not fleshy at all. But in that first strike of yours, you tear a hole into it that reveals to everybody below a pulsing black gem that would remind Kethra. I think you may be the only person in the current party that was there way back in the temple. Do you remember the Lich and the Lich Stone?
Yes.
Mathin, you may or may not have been there. That may have been before your time.
No, Mathin was there for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Both of you see it. You see a Lich Stone within the heart of the dragon. Jaylin can't see it from his angle. He's too busy tearing on top, but he created the hole that you can see into it and see the glittering stone.
Okay. And we have to destroy the stone to kill the Lich, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So wait, is this a Dracolich?
It's a Dracolich.
I don't like it.
Can I attempt to change my form?
Yes.
I would like to take on the super and amazing powers of a squirrel.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say a fire cat.
A squirrel? Really?
Yes,
Yes.
I am small, I am quick, I can climb, I am going for that hole in his back.
I'm not even going to make you roll for squirrel.
Oh
Go to squirrel.
Yeah, so Mathin is standing next to Kethra, and suddenly he disappears. And she looks down and sees this small, feisty little moss-covered squirrel. And then
Now.
charges off towards the dragon.
Now, squirrel, roll Defy Danger Fire. It's a dex.
Okay.
Fire cat would have been a good option too.
You a somersault through the flames, through it all, and land exactly in the hole.
Squirrel
And
parkour.
grab the gem. And yank. And somersault back out. Jaylin, while that's going on, make a Defy Danger roll of your own.
All right.
The tail is coming backwards to try and grapple you and throw you off before the
I would just like to point out that everybody that's looking is seeing this squirrel now running on its hind legs, carrying this big gem over its head, trying to run away from the big fire-breathing dragon.
Eight.
All right.
Funny because I could have just flown up and gotten it, but I didn't see it.
Also,
All right.
in the Dungeon World chat, there's an accurate picture.
Yep, I dig it.
Oh my god, I love you people. Jaylin, take a choice. Staying where you are upon the dragon and potentially take a little bit of damage, or avoid the damage but lose your place.
I am going to stay where I am, because now I see the squirrel running off.
All right, and that's when you make your second attack, and you hurt it some more.
Uh-huh.
And what should Dragon Tail do? Let's do 1d10.
Okay. You want to roll it, or you want me to roll it?
You roll it. Oh. You
2.
saw how that was almost it.
Yeah, it was almost a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was very, yeah, he takes nothing because he has the Fey armor.
Alrighty. The draconic form shudders and collapses and just breaks into bits of bone. And Mathin,
Yes.
now you make a Constitution roll, and this is your saving throw versus the evil emanations of the Lich Stone.
Okay.
I'm letting out a triumphant roar, by the way.
You are fine. You know you don't want to hold on to this very, very long, but you get
Yes.
it to the group.
Okay. Yeah, so I run over to the group and lay it down.
On screen, that's Mathin right there. Okay.
And as you lay it down, Kethra just cries out, "We have to destroy the stone. We have to destroy it now."
And Iago goes, "Yes, we do. But how?"
Can I roll int to see if I know?
Yes.
Can I roll wisdom to see if I know?
Yes.
Ooh, you both.
And
oh.
You both get the answer now. Remind Laurel, because her brain is cheesecloth. How did we successfully destroy the stones in that the Lich Stone in Adventures Long Past?
Oh.
Wasn't that Dragonfire?
Yes, it was.
Ooh.
Everybody looks to Iago.
And Iago takes a deep breath and goes, "Oh my gosh, I have to do this. I have to do this. Guys, you better stand back."
Can I make a magic cast a spell roll to assist him?
Yes, you can. Both you and Lillith can.
Oh, goody.
Lillith, you can tell a fable to help him.
Ooh, I know a story. I'm going to tell a story about the mighty dragon prince Iago. That when he needed to really badly, he could turn into a super powerful magic dragon and breathe all of the fire.
I love this story. That's a good story.
I love telling fables now.
And Alexandra, in order to assist Iago with his casting, is going to hold out her scythe, which is her magical artifact, so
Yes.
that he can try and gain some power from that.
Ooh, you guys are awesome.
You know what? I'm not going to roll and add to the roll, but Jaylin's also going to hold out his sword.
Okay. In fact, does everybody want to, at this point in time, just kind of channel their thoughts and hopes through their weapons towards...
Yeah, Mathin's going to turn back into his human form and place a hand on his shoulder and tell him to think of what he saw in the book that we stole earlier.
We're summoning Captain Planet, guys. Jaylin looks to Kethra.
She's giving him a pep talk.
Tell him about how he saved you a few minutes ago. Because he channeled the dragon.
And you see Iago begin to shimmer. At this point in time, the little fire kittens are all like bouncing up and down and cheering him on. The rats have been destroyed. And the light from the fire has the entire chamber glowing. And just 1 second. Because the room is full.
Aww. Oh, okay, it's a little bit bigger. Aww.
He did it.
And Iago jerks back his head and lets out this brilliant emerald flame, and the dark stone shattered. And as it shattered, all of you feel a howl from deep within your mind as Storm, the creature that had taken the form of Stormheart and used his body, as it is eviscerated, and you can sense that you just pissed off the dark god himself. And there's almost a sense of, through whatever the dark lord, the dark god was doing to this place to create a portal for itself and its minions to burst forth onto the land, you just kicked the door shut.
And stay out.
And the kittens also disappear.
Oh, no, before the last one disappears.
Except for the last one, yes?
Can Alexandra grab it and try and keep it?
Yes. Alexandra gets to keep one kitten.
Yay.
The group as a whole gets to keep one kitten.
Yay, fire cats!
And she's just gonna set it on her shoulder.
Can we please
pat
name
it.
it Lionel?
Can you please what?
Name it
Can we name it Lionel?
Yeah. Lionel can be the name of the kitten.
Yay!
Lionel the flame cat. And Snark can be the next pet that comes along. I know you people.
Can we name Rolly Snark now?
So Jaylin is going to shift human again, right? And he's going to wander over to Iago and kneel in front of him and go, "Oh, great dragon."
And Iago, like, puts his head down and, like, head bumps Jaylin. And he kind of coughs and he goes, "I can talk still, can I?"
Jaylin looks up and smiles. Just like, yeah, I hear you.
Good. I'm not sure how to change back yet. As you're doing that, oh, go ahead.
Okay,
as he's saying that,
Jaylin was gonna say, "Think of grapefruits,"
and he goes, "Huh?"
and that's all he says.
Grapefruits. 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 He says it 3 times. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
The doors, as you're getting a chance to look around the room, there are 4 chambers off on the side. And all of them have doors that are now rattling.
Hmm.
Let me.
Can I point the fire cat at the door and just tell it to burn?
Yes. Yes, you can. Roll 2d6 for the fire cat and its burning ability.
Well, actually, it burns well.
It works well. You are going to be able to use a fire cat on all the doors. And at this point in time, I'm just going to reveal this entire map to you guys.
Uh-oh.
And my friend John made this for us. And I want to give him a big hands.
Yeah, seriously.
Because he is amazing.
Thank you, John.
Was there a puzzle here to figure out? I think there might have been. Look at the runes.
Yeah, that was what caught my attention.
Yeah, which is why I wanna.
Thank you for the map.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more. What?
There's more?
What story are we being told here? Oof. That's actually really damn cool looking.
It really is.
That
is
I wanted
awesome.
to
cool.
show it all off.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
All right. And the doors basically get burned open. And set here. And 4 figures come out of them. And 2 are zombies and 2 are ghosts. But they all have their hands up. And they sort of make gestures of surrender. This room has more, so I'm going to bring them in here.
Jaylin's still he looks like he's on his guard, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And the one here with the sword, she goes, I am Lady Dravina, and we Lady Dravina shield wall, and you have saved us.
Saved you from what? Oh, you mean the big scary dragon guy? Psh, he was easy.
Goes from bondage,
baby.
from bondage to the Lord of the Abyss, who infected our beloved king, and we gave our lives to slay him, and we were placed here within. Goes, and over time he managed to claim us as well. She goes, but I don't know what just happened, but I don't feel in bondage to him any longer.
Whatever
She goes,
influence that dark god had here, he has no more.
no. And the 2 zombie ones go, and they go, good death now. and kind of rumble and like move, like shamble towards you all in a kind of a pleading way.
Iago, will you help us set them free?
And Iago breathes upon them, and he go and before he does, he goes, let your souls find peace with my Aunt Viola. And he breathes upon them, and the two zombie ones just turn into dust. And then he pauses at the two ghosts, and he goes, I can probably do that to you as well. And the lady, she nods and she goes, that would be good. I just need to say that we have kept the treasures of the vault safe from corruption as best we could, but they are within the rooms that we were. Some artifact of power, I could sense it being brought in to the main chamber, but I don't know where it's been hidden. But I know that Stormheart was using it to call upon creatures of evil from outside. And they're all headed in this direction now.
So we don't have time. He looks at Mathin and he goes, I suggest we split up and start our search.
That sounds like the best idea to me. We need to find this quickly.
And he looks to Alexandra and goes, can you check on the vaults of what we do know? Like, can you check on these treasures and see what is here?
Would that be a wisdom roll, though?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she's not the wisest mage.
You get into pick one of the rooms.
Pick this room.
The basically there's no gold spilled upon the floor or whatnot, but there are treasure chests, and the locks just kind of elude your fingers. Like, they're not spell locked, they're just manually locked.
And she's just like, fucking dwarves. They should know, lock stuff with magic, it's much easier.
Jaylin was actually expecting spell locks, so if he hears that muttering, he's just going to be like, oh. And then look to Rolly and go, Kethra, can you wrangle that one?
And Alexandra's just gonna drag the chest out of the room and it's like, if I can't open it, I'm bringing it with me.
Kethra!
Yes.
You get to use your skills.
My skills? Oh, my skills.
Every once in a while, Jaylin remembers that he and Kethra were members of a thieves guild.
Yeah.
That's actually why he looked at her there.
By the way, Laurel, can I have control of Lionel?
So, Kethra is gonna kneel next to the chest and practice her lockpicking skills that she earned from the Thieves Guild.
Excellent.
What role is that?
Dex.
There you go.
She's gonna fail.
Why?
It's been a long time, Kethra.
It has.
Jaylin, would you like to take a shot?
Yeah, I suppose. Seven. He's a
It
little
takes
rusty
you
too.
a few minutes. Yeah, it's been a while, but you get the chest open.
Okay, so not only like when he pops the chest open, not only like from his kit has he got, like, he has a lockpick kit that he still carries with him, obviously, for things of this nature. But once he hears the click and he knows it's open, from his kit he pulls out that spoon he stole and shows it to Kethra. He apparently stole it back from Sidonia before they left.
And she just smirks and goes, "Oh, you're a thief after all, scrub."
Okay, and now he pops it open.
All right. Describe what's inside the chest, Jaylin. Since you opened it, you
What?
get to be the narrator.
What? No, no.
Yep.
There's a reason GM is next to your name.
This is a collaborative story game.
Okay, so these are treasures of a dwarven king, huh?
Yep.
Oh man, that would be locked in a. Well. There's a beer stein, or an ale stein in this case. That of course, obviously handmade, as they all are. That has like a mural-like design around it. It's not actually just plain, or it's not just carved wood, but it seems to be painted in a way. But none of that paint or color has faded. And I believe that this is literally just one that is just passed down between members of this family line. It is basically the telling of the family story.
All right. And as well as the beer stein, there are about a 200 coins that is like laying on top of, and each of the coins has Stormheart's face on it.
Okay. And he's gonna just gather that up. Like, can we get to work on the next one? Somebody should be looking for that artifact. Actually, he looks to Alexandra and he goes, "You're probably gonna have a better time finding something magical than I am."
In fact, everybody who wants to roll to search for the artifact, which is the axe, can make a discern realities roll.
Actually, Laurel, could I do this in a magical way?
You can do it in a magical way.
I want to try and have Alexandra weave a spell as a kind of detect magic spell. But because it's not something she's aligned to, she'll take a -1 on her modifier.
Go ahead. Excellent.
But that is still a 12.
That is still a 12. So,
Nice roll,
as
alright.
you are spell weaving, Kethra and Mathin, you both sense that where that throne himself had been sitting in, kind of that dice in the middle with the big statue, everything else in the area has been purged by dragonfire and flame and all kinds of things, but there is still a darkness to it. And Alexandra, you, both of you and Alexandra see at pretty much the same time that the statue has the dwarf kind of holding its weapon down, and that weapon there doesn't look right. And Alexandra, with your spell, you rip it off the illusion that was making it appear to be just part of the statue. And you see that there's actually a cursed weapon there instead that is still glowing with dark magic. And as you rip the spell off of it, it suddenly flings itself right at you. Defy danger. You avoid its swing. So there is now a very big dwarven battle axe running around, chasing after Alexandra, swinging on its own.
Meanwhile, I'm in this top right room over here, dragging out the other treasure chest. I don't seem to notice.
You got your chest. What is everybody else doing? Rolly is actually literally in this room, so he's out of it entirely.
Can I cast Magic Missile at the axe and just try to distract it? Because I'm probably going to fail the roll and not actually do anything effective besides that.
Absolutely. You successfully magic missiled. Roll damage. You whack it good. And as your magic hits it, that definitely diverts its attention. And it swings itself around, but it sort of shudders so it doesn't get an immediate action. So
then when it gets distracted, can Alexandra use use one of her black magic spells?
yes. Bam, Alexandra.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it the extra damage this time, but I'm just gonna give it as a range tag, as it being a ranged attack, and give it the element of would light count as an element in this world?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it the element of light then. And she's just gonna literally have this ball of light appear in her hand and just appear to throw it at this axe.
Okay.
And that is her damage roll.
Excellent. As you do that, it staggers even more. It doesn't break, but it appears to be whatever intelligence is within it has been caught off guard and stunned. And
apparently the rest of the group's been stunned.
Well, Jaylin is picking a lock.
there is actually what it looks like.
That's awesome.
Oh, let me get grid off.
Is that a crazy demon axe?
It is a crazy demon axe.
Oh my god.
That kind of looks like the Susano X.
It kind of does.
Iago is going to take an opportunity and try and breathe at it. Would give him. Let's give him one. I have too many windows and stuff open to chat. Oh my! And
Yeah.
as his magic ripples over it, the axe gives one final shudder, and it just lays limp. It just clatters to the ground. And that's at the point, Jaylin, you turn your head and you just see the rest of them peering at an axe on the ground. Make your roll to Pook is bamboozled.
To open the chest.
Glory, demon axes are never sane.
There's the 7 to open the chest, by the way.
Awesome. And because I punish people who do good, even though I'm a fan of the players, what is the special treasure within this chest?
I already answered for the other one.
And do we have a volunteer?
Ooh, I know what's in the chest.
Okay.
What's in the chest?
It is a wolf helmet.
Ooh.
It is a mithril wolf helmet.
Might this be something that's actually tied to my people since they were allies?
Yes. It is a mithril wolf helmet that has your family sigil within it, like a stamp brand within what it was made.
Whoa. Guys,
Could
look
it
at
be
this.
that this was something that was gifted to
To the dwarf?
king?
Yeah.
Yeah, to the dwarves because of their faithful alliedness or whatever.
Yes, it was probably belonged to the dwarf king as a gift from the Toss family.
Whoa, this is pretty cool. He tries it on. How do I look?
Ferocious.
His voice is like very muffled and kind of tinny sounding because he's talking through a helmet.
You look like you're wearing a tin can on your head.
And he gives Kethra a thumbs up.
And he Mathin kind of tilts his head and says, "You look a little like a mailbox."
You guys are mean.
No.
Out of character, that's fucking hilarious. In character, Jaylin does that canine tilt of his head, just like, with the helmet on.
I think Catherine's gonna whip out a bit of parchment from her bag and scribble down a note and stuff it in the slot of the helmet. I think you're right, Mathin.
You have no idea how happy this makes me right now.
He's waving his hands like trying to like pull the helmet off and grab at the paper. What are you doing?
There are, in addition, another 200 gold coins, but whereas in the first chest, they were minted by the dwarves, these were all minted by the humans. And so they have a mark on them that matches Jaylin's family crest.
Amazing.
And there had been early in the game, back when Jaylin, you remember where someone had found a coin that had a mint mark that matched yours.
Yeah.
back on the island, this is the same mint mark. These are just more valuable coins.
Oh my gosh! And he's gathering this up because this was the currency. This was, man, it's a lot of money here.
And from the other room, Rolly goes, "I found loot!" And he and his chest appear. And he goes,
Did you now?
He goes, "I did. I just, I couldn't get it open."
Oh. And then Jaylin finally looks to the axe and goes, "So what's that all about?"
While they're doing that, Laurel, could I have Alexandra use magic to try to force the lock?
Sure.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It pops open. Like you blow literally the lid off of it. And describe for me the treasure on the top.
Well, I'd like to think that the dwarves would also keep records of stuff.
Ooh.
And I'd like that the treasure of that to be a book about dwarven mages and dwarven magic.
Yes. It is. You find inside of it, there are actually 3 books, all written in Dwarvish. The first one is Mage Locked, and it is basically a tome about dwarves, dwarf magic, and was written by a famous dwarven mage. And the other 2 you can just add to your library and use for appropriate roles. Either you or Yumi, for basically using books to make rolls with.
I'll take one to fill out the book on my 5 stacks, and then give the other to Yumi.
Cool. And inside this one, is another 200 gold, but these have a stamp of a large knotwork tree on them. And actually, instead of 200 gold coins, they're 200 silver coins. They're worth the same in terms of value. They just happen to be made out of a different metal. And they are clearly elvish coins. And have the tree on them.
Jaylin is
and
I'm curious about the axe now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mathin,
as you guys
Why do I
go
have a
to
privilege to move Mathin? There we go.
I was gonna wait, that was where I put him.
Apparently Mathin is my token now. There you go.
I don't know. Oh, controlled by. I don't know why you could move Mathin.
It's because he can access Mathin's sheet.
Oh.
Can I? Can I now? Ooh, look at this. Yes, I can. All right, I'm gonna go hack Mathin really quick.
The eye that is there upon that axe, and just the basic the shape and gist of it, Jaylin, this matches the eye on it. That is the eye of Visano. That is the sigil of the demon lord of Farland.
Jaylin actually recoils seeing that. He actually mutters, he goes, "The demon lord."
The demon lord?
The one that ruled the world that me and Kethra came from.
And Kethra's head immediately snaps up from whatever she was doing to pay attention to that and say, "I'm sorry, what?"
It's the demon lord sigil.
Kethra, as you take a look at that weapon, you get a sure sense that it, like you, was pulled through a portal. That this particular weapon that the king had possession of came from there. It was not crafted in this realm.
This shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be here at all.
And I don't think we can suffer it to remain free like this. It's already taken quite a few hits. I don't know if we can destroy it.
And Iago goes, I could try and breathe on it.
Wait, I thought Iago already had.
Oh, he had. And he goes, I could try and breathe on it again. He goes, but it didn't seem to actually hurt it.
I have an idea, Laurel.
Uh-huh.
And I'm curious what you'll think of it. So Mathin has elemental mastery. When you call on the primal spirits of fire, water, earth, or air to perform a task for you, roll plus wisdom, and then blah blah blah. I kind of want to do like a sword in the stone type thing, where I want to call upon the primal spirits of earth to encase it in stone and basically trap it, with the condition that it can only be pulled free by someone who has the want and the ability to destroy it.
Ooh, I am going to suggest that you and Kethra and Alexandra and Lillith, basically, that Lillith tells a fable, Kethra plays, Alexandra tag teams her magic with you, and you make this a group effort to basically plunge it into do the sword in the stone, the sword in the stone routine. And you're the only one I'm going to have roll. Other than I want the others to basically roll an aid roll and describe what they're doing. But I think as a group effort, you could pull this off.
Wait. Say that again?
It's a ritual cast.
Okay.
How are you adding Kethra's magic to the ritual is basically
Kethra, in your case, this would be just praying to Bell.
Okay.
And so you would just make it a wisdom roll, and you succeed, and it adds. No. Whatever this place itself just blocks your energy. Wow.
Poor Kethra.
Poor Kethra. But on the other hand, that's another XP for you.
Yay! I've gotten like 6 XP just off of botched rolls.
Jaylin sees Kethra struggling and places a hand on her shoulder and prays to Ardeo.
Jaylin, make a wisdom roll.
And fail.
It was a good
you two are made for each other.
And tell us a story, Lillith.
I am going to tell the literal story of the sword and the stone.
Excellent.
That works.
Totally works. And roll it. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, Mathin. You get your +2.
Okay. Yeah, so So he moves over the axe, and closes his eyes and slips into that like meditative state, and starts calling out to the spirits of Earth to encase this, with those limitations of the only way that they will let it become free, is if the right person is the one attempting to, that will not use it to do evil, but to destroy it.
And as you do, and as you plunge it in, everyone who's involved feels the powers that are being evoked into doing this. And the entire tomb just kind of clears up and becomes shining with a greenish light, and twists and changes a little so that it becomes very much practically a shrine to the good that had been this king before this battle. And the axe is encased so that all that is seen is its handle, and green vines ripple across the top of that, and flowers are extending upon it. And at that point, as that energy just kind of floods through, Iago just lets out a triumphant little roar. Well, not so little right now. And the fire kitten purrs, and Rolly goes, "Holy fuck shit! That's amazing!"
And Alexandra is just gonna slap him on the back of the head and just say, "Be quiet, fool."
And in the final treasure box, there are going to be some small, minor magical items that are going to be useful to you all. And I will figure out what those are off stream and reward them out accordingly. But everybody's going to get a new toy. And basically, if the group is willing, you are going to be able to basically take your loot and take one of the boxes, and strap it to Mathin the Griffin when all of you ride back home, or ride back to Steelforge, to take the other weapons that were there and strap them to one of the other griffins and take them to the king.
Did we find the hammer?
Actually, I should say this axe that you found was what the hammer was. It had a different form, but this is its true self. This warhammer there. So you found it and you bound it. And you get to take the king the story. And when you take the king the story, he praises Mathin and asks to meet with him privately to talk about how to create an entire new era between the dwarves and the elves of the Great Forest.
And Mathin will gladly accept that, and And yeah, we want to do anything we can to improve relations and to get them working together.
And Iago is unable to change back.
Ooh.
So
no.
he flies along with the griffins and gets his first experience at flying, which has quite some misadventures along the way.
Aw.
He crashes into a tree once and
Aw.
extricates himself.
Hey, I'll provide him a lot of encouragement.
He also has to hide because as a dragon is flying towards the city, they of course send out mounted griffin guards and whatnot, and he's like trying to hide behind Mathin in his griffin form and like, don't let them hurt me. But you guys are able to talk the guards down, and Iago is going to set himself up as a perch on one of the spires at the dragon in Steel Forge and kind of hang out there while the rest of you are talking to the king. Because the dwarves are just too dragon crazy, and he's feeling a little shy.
Hold on, did we just heavens walk this shit?
Yep, pretty much.
Fuck yeah.
We just flew back into town with a dragon. We totally did.
And they reacted the same way.
Oh, life is good.
And that is where I want to wrap things up. The next session is going to involve you guys and the dwarves assaulting the Red Mountain and dealing with the storm talent.
Oh no.
And yeah.
No. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for Dungeon World this morning. If you're still here with us, there'll be more of it next Sunday. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and this VOD will be available soon, and yeah, if you want to catch up on it. I don't have anything else to say other than I'll be streaming all this week. That's kind of what I do. Lots of 14, some other stuff. Have a great morning, guys. I will see you all later. And what do you mean if? If I said if. We're gonna throw a host to somebody. We're gonna throw a host. We're gonna host Frank the Pegasus. She got partnered yesterday. She's amazing. She's an IRL streamer, and she's pretty darn cool. Go say hi to her. And yes, she is aware that her name is Frank. I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!
Bye, everybody!